Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, and welcome back to the Frame100 podcast. I am your host, Tom from @ScorchBreaks, and I'm joined by my lovable band of goons. Good morning and good afternoon, and welcome back
Starting
to
with
the Frame100 podcast.
I hear some echo.
Tom.
I'm so sorry.
Let me say
There are two
something.
Toms. There are two Toms.
It
Oh,
wouldn't
no.
be an episode of the Frame100 podcast without at least a little bit of echo.
We'll get
going
there.
on in the
We'll get that
background.
one.
We're working on it. Yeah, Tom, you can't get like a really good headset. That would
Frame100
really help
podcast.
out.
I'm joined by my lovable band of rogues, starting with Jared from @Dubrick,
What up? What up? What up?
Chris from you're on the Frame100 account now. Chris from @Goldbrick Productions.
What's up, guys? How's it going? For the record, I spent about an hour and a half out there running around, climbing up a rock, and falling off just for you guys.
Oh,
There you go.
so sweet. So sweet.
What a darling.
So
And
I'm ready to episode 3 preview coming soon.
/T-Rev/T the Rev.
Hey, how's it going? Your boy is back after his short hiatus.
Your boy is back in town.
Yeah, I've just been busy, but I'm here again, so you all are blessed with my gracious presence. Yep, back again. Back again, my disciple.
Now
Great song.
we've killed everyone's ears with that horrific intro. I apologize profusely. We're going to get on with the show. So it's season 3, episode 10. Ooh, double digits for the third time.
Woo!
We got a nice little special intimate podcast with some smooth jazz. No, I'm kidding. There's
Smooth jazz.
probably going to be none of that, unfortunately.
Why are we not doing smooth jazz?
Yeah, I know. It's one of those
Because
things.
copyright prohibits smooth freaking jazz.
So, what are we talking about today, chaps? Chris, you wanna run us?
I forgot. You forgot the topic?
Sorry.
In that case, you're fired. Get out of here. Goodbye.
God damn it, man! It's on the tin.
Bye.
Get back here, Trev. You'll have to suffer. You'll have to suffer in confusion.
Shoot.
Okay, what are we talking about today? We're talking about inspiration because see outside there? Hang on, there we go. See outside there? It is nice, it is sunny, and because of that, I feel lazy. I feel really lazy. And so I didn't exactly prep like a super in-depth topic. So we're just going to talk about brick films and what we like about brick films and what inspires us to make brick films. Super low-key. I would say it's great weather everywhere, except Tom told me that it's storming over where he is. So
Well, we had great weather. Now it's absolutely chucking it down, thunder, lightning, the whole wham, shabam.
Everything's all good here on the East Coast, to be honest. I mean, it was pretty chilly this morning, but it's perfectly fine out there right now. So
This is the
thank
new
you, Trevor.
Frame100 weather segment we're trying out.
yeah, your weatherman Jared @Dudebrick, or your weatherman the Dudebrick is here to present
Weatherman.
only his weather from his neck of the woods.
It's sunny. Back to you, Trevor.
That'll work.
Oh, gee. All right. Well,
I love it.
yeah, but I guess we're gonna hop into our topic right now about
Knowledge, dude.
inspiration and stuff. And so I guess I'll start off by saying I don't really know what inspires me, to be honest. Like it's just kind of there's that spark to create something, and you go after it. There's really that's all there is to it for me, to be honest.
I mean, no one really inventories what inspires them per se. It's usually you see something that you go, "Wow, I want to do something like that," and you go for it.
Mhm.
Like I'm just gonna get this out of the way because this is gonna get brought up. But one thing that inspired me to make brick films was Michael Hancock's. So much back in his- yeah, but seriously, I watched some of his films. I'm like, dang, I want to do that. Now, these are the older ones. There's a lot of argument there, but I wouldn't go ahead and say like, the brick film convention. Yes, I was inspired by Lego School Pizza Failure 3 funny prank, but I watched that back in the day, and I'm like, hey, I want to do that, and here I am doing that. And
Yeah, I mean,
I'm doing that.
I know
Don't
for
ask
a
me
lot
what
of
it
people
is.
too.
You're not gonna know what that is, by the way.
For a lot of people too, I know it was the Lego Movie that just inspired the crap out of people to go out and make stop motions and be cool like the rest of us.
Yeah.
All the
So,
cool kids.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to get
into the predictable, well, not predictable, but maybe the more the mainstream inspirations, I have a question for the group.
Oh no!
And in fact, the chat. Was there any other form of stop motion anime or animation in general that inspired you that wasn't a brick film?
That's a good question. Probably not.
Because I've got one.
I mean, other than like Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
I saw that later down the line. So I don't think that really inspired me, but it helped.
Yeah. And then I didn't look at Wallace and Gromit and go, oh man, I want to do that. Because at the time I had no clue how they did that. So there's no way I could know how to want it. But looking back now, I mean, a lot of that style of stop motion, I theoretically could do it if I put aside the time.
It would take a long time. Like,
it would take forever. I don't know.
I feel like that's something we take for granted because obviously all the Lego minifigures and stuff, their hands and stuff, everything is built to move and that's what it looks like. But like Wallace just doing like his thinking and the drawing on the thing, you have to like mold his hand every time. And
yeah.
Boy, me.
Yeah.
Those guys have incredible patience. I'll stop for a bit. You know what? I'd love to be a stop motion animator as a job, and I realized that would take forever.
It's a lot of patience.
I don't think you could do it as a job. We have another podcast about that, so we won't go down that rabbit hole too far.
Yeah, it's like I think for me too, like one of the first things I'd ever seen was Wallace and Gromit. Just I think that's like the most mainstream version of stop motion, besides a bunch of the stuff that Leica is putting out nowadays, and like films like Isle of Dogs and Fantastic Mr. Fox from Wes Anderson.
Which I gotta watch all of those.
Yeah, I'm actually going to see Isle of Dogs tonight, so we'll have to see how that is.
That'd be pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I heard it was good, but that's off topic. But yeah, I mean, besides like claymation and brick films, there really aren't a whole lot of like other mediums that get used for stop motion, at least on like a wide scale. Like, I mean, unless you would count like some of the original episodes of South Park, because I think those were used to actually be done with real paper.
Yeah.
Like then there's not a whole lot of different other like mediums that are like necessarily mainstream.
The old stuff, like we said last week, like the AT-AT from Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
That's got to be in there.
Yeah, we are forgetting like the old like cartoons and old animations like Scooby-Doo and all those old Cartoon Networks.
Yeah. Good old Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
You reckon?
That's a classic for me right there.
Yeah, you youngin.
Yeah, I'm a child. I'm a baby. But
and you seem very enthusiastic about it.
I am, because
cool.
I'm a baby full of knowledge.
Trevor's found his place. I'm kidding.
All right, so let's jump on to the major center of our inspirations.
Quick, go jump on Chris.
Hey, wait, what? No, you can't do that. It's illegal.
Hey, that's a joke.
Robot Chicken.
Named Chris Major. Oh, hey Penta, we have a silly Penta in the chat. Actually, we can shout out people in the chat. Hello, Slotborg, Penta, Star Wars Studio, Beat Up Bricks, the B Team, and then there's all of us.
It's on Forklam 4 right above.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Oh yes, right. I'm missing people. I can't read.
What have you done? You failed.
Okay, so how do we want to do this, guys? Do we want to just go around and do one film at a time and sort of discuss it? Or...
Maybe we should do, because I think this inspiration, the idea of inspiration can come in many facets. Let's start with categories. So, like, let's start with brick films. We can all think of some brick films that inspire us. Then maybe we can move on to some other mediums, like movies, TV shows, music.
Nice.
Oh, gosh, if we start in music, I'll be here forever. Yeah, but brick films, inspiring brick films, the ones that you look at them and you go, I want to do that, or I want to do something like that. Let's start there. Trevor, I know that actually you and Jared, both of you have some pretty extensive lists so far.
I mean, Jared's is way more extensive than mine.
I feel like I've been doing this longer than most of y'all. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm the youngest to all of this.
Trev just went ahead and copied over all of Pants and Hats videos, so it's kind of cheating. Jared's like, oh, I'm gonna find some real artwork right here.
I only have one Pants and Hat film in here. Okay, don't need to rat on me. It would have been 2, but I figured I would have been ratted on about it anyway. So
put on the fancy one. I almost put all of Rio's films on my list.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag Rio Senpai.
Hashtag Senpai Rio. Hashtag Where's Rio? Hashtag
Rio Senpai.
I'm going to throw one out because I think we'd be remiss without mentioning the Squad 42.
That's a part of my list.
Oh, yes. That's going to be awesome. I want to do something.
Dude.
Phew, that's one less film we have to listen to Jared talk about.
Quick, anticipate his list.
No, nothing else. The CGI in those films was pretty much much perfect in my books, and the other stuff he did later on for the cancelled one. Yeah,
I mean, if you look at the CGI now, and you look at it, and you're like, oh, that's pretty good for right now. But back in the day, dude, that was like Hollywood stuff, man. That was legit, and it made everything so much better. I mean, for me, Squad 42 and I don't know, Tom, if you know this. Do you remember pizza movies?
Yeah.
Him and 501st Legion, those two, Squad 42 and 501st Legion, were the first videos that I ever watched and ever wanted to make. I looked at them and I was like, yo, I have Star Wars Lego. Let me go make something like that. And I did. And then from there, it's a journey. And it's thanks to those 2 films right there. I wouldn't be here, honestly.
Pretty crazy.
I know. It's weird how much like a film does to you.
If you want to talk about films that basically made you make a complete set decision on making brick films for a hobby, for me it was Mini Life TV by Christopher Salasis and Ian. Oh, I'm gonna get flack for forgetting his name.
I just gave you it.
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Holmquist.
Jeez. Okay. If it weren't for the 2 of those guys and their Mini Life TV series, I would not be here. Like, I know I had mentioned it before. There was this, I don't know what website it was, but there was a YouTube video on it. And from there, it was just kind of day after day. This was back when I really didn't know how to use a computer or anything.
You still don't?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still pretty helpless. But it was there was a YouTube video on this page I was on, and it would after it was done, it would give you the option to choose any of the other ones that you wanted to go on to watching. And I would just keep whittling down that list. And so there was this one film that I would always find that was this haunted train thing, which actually that really was the one that started to spark the interest. But then from there was one day where I found a film that might ring a bell. It was Mini Life Season 1, Episode, I think it was 2, The Rescue Mission.
For the record, could we just acknowledge how awesome it is that Mini Life TV created an ongoing story through that many episodes?
Mm-hmm.
Season 3 is honestly one of my favorites.
I like Season 5, honestly.
Are they still going?
Not at the moment, but they'll be back.
He's making the movie right now.
With the movie, yeah.
Which is going to be just the greatest thing since Lego Universe.
And I hope they continue it after the movie too. I think that'd be pretty sweet.
I'm sure they will. I mean, yeah, I would hope that they do as well.
I mean, the thing is though, he created a whole series, and what was it? An episode every week, I think.
For the most part, yeah, every week for a couple of weeks. Or
and that's crazy.
It might have been every other week or something. So
I remember the production value was amazing.
Yeah, I remember Season 4. That was in I think it was 2017 2015 or no, never mind. I'm way off. It was 2014. I remember
give or take 3 years
when they were releasing videos bi-weekly for that. Like a lot of it got pushed back constantly, but like the whole story arc with the X team and the martial arts tournament, I anticipated those videos like every week. Like there was the one that they were releasing on Halloween. That was, I think, the one where like the X team finally attacked. Like that film just blew my mind. Like it was, I was anticipating it all evening, and they didn't release it till like pretty late in the evening after promising it was going to be out that day. And it was just like, it's the stuff they do is just, it's really good.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And now with the mouth animation,
some inspirations as well.
Crazy.
On to you, Chris.
Yeah, we'll go on to Chris.
Sure, why not? Well, let's see. Mini Life TV is definitely up there. Although one that I've seen that one of these days I'm gonna go all out like he did. Something's awry, aka Bionicle 28.
Bionicle 28, yeah.
Kentucky Jackson. Funniest brick film I have ever seen. And you know what? It's so funny. I'm gonna see if I can get you guys in the chat a link. So it's a full-on Indiana Jones knockoff, like no other, and it's completely and utterly ridiculous. You know, why can't I find it? Something's right. Oh, here we go. I found it.
Yeah.
I'll find the film.
Funniest brick film ever for me goes to the Clone Training Center. just for that one line, Seymour Butts. Oh my goodness, I'll never get old.
And look at me find out Clone Training Center as well. You know, Clone Training Center is a pretty good one, and I love that one as well. But I think what makes Kentucky Jackson stand out for me, as opposed to Clone Training Center, is just how outrageous it is.
Yeah.
I'll link both of these in the chat for you guys. There we are. But it is just completely and utterly ridiculous, over the top everything. There is nothing in this film that is. Like, you know, people talk about, you know, easing in and easing out for the sake of animation. There's not really any of that in this film because all the movements are so rapid and just sporadic. It just adds to the comedy. Like, it's the way the bike comes in, the flames just spontaneously light up, or the way the explosions go off, or the way Kentucky Jackson holds up his gun and then the stone warrior just kicks it to the side. Just all these rapid-fire movements with some really hilarious dialogue. And someone once said that humor is opposites when you don't expect it. And the way that he combines those opposites is just incredibly fast speed and over-the-top sound effects and stuff. Oh, man, I want to do Slang This Funny sometime.
Oh, my God, the introduction is so funny.
It really is.
It's just
it's
ridiculous.
So well done.
It is freaking ridiculous.
And Professor Wachowski.
Hear about Mesoamerican irrigation.
Besides them and Mini Life TV, because I think a lot of their stuff is pretty comical too. Almost all of Harrison Allen or Annoying Noises Productions, all of his videos, especially How to Not Rob a Bank and Clowns versus Sharks in particular, those films are just comedic gold. Because like again, even with that, like the animation is just it's done in a way that makes it really comical. Like the comment, like it's the nonchalant, like just bizarreness of everything is like really funny. It's just like it's done in such a way where like things are just so weird they seem normal, and that just is a byproduct of that is just it makes you laugh.
That was the first Annoying Noises film I saw, and I completely agree. That's what killed me. It was great.
Yeah, that was the first one I had ever seen as well. And it's so over the top. It's done in such a good way. It's absolutely great.
Like the funniest brick films, I think, are definitely. It's for me personally. I think they're all on Keshin's channel because I love everything Keshin does, and Meeting of the Heroes just seals it for me.
That is a good one. That is
I don't think I've actually seen that one. I have to go look it up.
If I look at the thumbnail, I'll probably it'll completely jumpstart my brain, and I'll be like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Iron Man's
the funniest thing.
That is a funny one too. That one makes me. Oh, that one always makes me laugh.
Yeah,
and that and Iron Man's new suit.
Iron Man's new suit is good.
Yeah, it's.
Did he make Iron Man's new car as well, or is that?
Yes, he did. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And Lego Civil War is so good as well.
It's really, that one's really well done.
Because when it cuts to Winter Soldier and all you hear is Forrest's scream, it's so good. Oh my! And she's driving that little tiny car.
Talking of Forrest, gotta say some of his Batman films.
Oh yeah,
I quite like the Justice League one. That's good. I actually really like the one where they accidentally over order on the number of bats for the cave.
Oh, it's so good. Robin.
Oh gosh, I gotta watch this.
Oh, speaking of comedic Batman films, I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of Aubrey Studios 28 or 82. His stuff is also, that stuff's just wild.
Yeah,
how many boundaries he crosses.
Yeah,
it's really funny. It takes the characters and just completely throws everything you know about them out the window.
It's so funny, dude.
It puts just such a it puts such a an uncanny spin on everything that it's just hilarious as all get out. But I guess we got on a tangent a bit about funny videos, but going back to more of the inspirational stuff, I definitely got to shout out Paganimation. I guess David from Paganimation he's a living legend. He's one of the people that started the industry, if we're gonna be honest. Little Guys it's an absolute classic.
Indeed, you pulled off a brick film without having a whole lot of brick filming in there.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive.
Black Eyed Peas. That film, I remember seeing that from all of the Lego Club material. Oh, that stuff is that video is so gold. It's so catchy too. The song in it is so good. I mean, the same can be said for Country Building as well.
Country Build.
That one's just a really well done one too.
Yeah, Pagano just nailed it though with those Lego Club animations. Those are great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, all the stuff he's done for the Lego Group, which I know is pretty frequent. It's all done with such polish. It's pretty crazy how he kind of was one of the people that started the art form and is yet still revolutionary. Whereas when you look at it, the most prolific example of a very early brick filmer would be Michael Hickox, who really hasn't kind of kept an outstanding moniker to set per se. His films haven't really gotten much more showy since he started.
Yeah.
With all of David Pagano's stuff, it's still it's done with so much polish and so much grandeur that I don't think it's hard to top it.
I think David Pagano
still holding out on it.
I think David Pagano is the father of brick filming on YouTube. He was one of the first ones I think that made it big. I think, and I personally call him the grandfather or the father of it, and he's just the big guy of them all, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good, and I like how incredibly active he is in the community as well. And I can think of quite a few different people who said that they met him. I know Blacksmith mentioned in chat. I want to say there was someone else on TPF who had met him, but I cannot remember. And the fact that he's approachable like that and still really active in the community is awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure. That really helps.
So yeah, definitely props there. I guess that's another source of inspiration while we're at it. Other brick filmers, per se. They make great films and all, but just being a part of the community and running around and helping people out, inspiring. It's pretty great. That's honestly one thing I love about the brick filming community is opposed to a lot of other online communities. We all build off of each other.
Yeah.
So,
I think
Pun intended.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
pun
one of
fully
those.
intended.
I think one of those brick filmers that kind of stays active in the community for a long time is definitely Zach Macias at Mind Game. Like
he does a great job.
He's been around for so long, and like 2 of his videos are definitely in my top 5, and it's The Profession and Social Experiment. Those 2 right there are some of the greatest brick films in my opinion, because one, The Profession has probably the best action like in any brick film ever, and I am down to argue against that and debate. And Social Experiment is so funny. It's like that, not supposed to be funny, but it's hilarious. It's like low key funny.
Yeah,
I
have to watch these now.
Let me send you.
We got to mention the 4 Monkeys as well.
Yes.
So that podcast is, dare I say, the best Lego podcast on YouTube.
We're really close second, okay? We're really close second. Yep. 4 Monkeys. Oh dang! What was the last 4 Monkeys video I watched? I remember watching, going, "This is just the funniest thing ever." I remember now. Brick Idiots, the cannonball to the stomach. I remember just watching, going, "What am I watching?" But it was so funny. It was one of those brick films where if someone else were to walk in the room and be like, "What are you doing, Chris?" I wouldn't be able to explain what I was doing. I would just be like, "Well, there's these idiots and they're firing off a cannon." Okay.
I think we're forgetting Galactic Smugglers. Honestly.
Galactic
Smugglers
is
it's like
quite the series.
It's good and it's funny and it's just a great series, honestly. And I'm excited to see more from this. I think they're writing right now the next episode, and I'm super pumped.
Yes. Sign me up for that. Yeah, I need to study more series, honestly.
Not
a lot of people do series, honestly, and that's kind of sad.
One of the series I really liked. It was by the Brick Ranger. He did a Lego Batman series, and it was actually really impressive. He did like 3 or 4 episodes, and they did sort of follow an overarching story. They were like 15 minutes each. It was pretty crazy. I'm gonna throw the first episode in the chat.
Mm-hmm. And actually thinking, oh, go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
Does our Twitter account automatically tweet every time we put a video in a playlist?
I don't think it does. It did that probably be peeing like 1,000 times a podcast. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, yeah, you like this film? Gosh.
Oh, okay, man. Yeah, and Jared, I actually thought of a video that could rival what you were saying about best action scene.
In a brick film? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I'm ready.
How about a little bit of Captain America 3?
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. I was about to say that. Yeah.
But here's the thing. That is second for me. But listen, Captain America 3 doesn't happen if The Profession isn't made. Because who else worked on Captain America 3? Zach Macias.
True. Very true.
Oh.
Zach Macias did it by himself on The Profession.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Game set.
Whatever. Wow. I've been checkmated.
15 love.
More like 15 hate.
I think we're also forgetting another series that I absolutely love as well, and that's Benny and Lee by Silly Penta.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I love
Parallel Panic is definitely in my top 5 favorite films ever, and I've said that many cases.
Parallel Panic is just hilarious. Although, quite honestly, Benny and Lee is one of those series where I can go back, and even though that there's definitely a shift in the animation quality, it's still just gosh darn hilarious.
It's so good, man.
Which is so hard to do. To make a really good series, get better over time, and still get people to watch your first few episodes or so. Like I know with Squad 42, I remember looking back through some of the videos, and like the first one, I'm like, the quality's not there, but I can definitely see how good it is. Then the Squad 42 trailer, I'm like, whoa, that is a massive gradient right there.
Right. Do you remember like back in like this was years ago, but when everybody in the animation community was like in that phase where they had to create some sort of series with two different people, or it was like Benny and Lee, or like Zach and Jake, or something like that.
Chris and Randy.
Bob and Randy.
Alex and
I jumped on that bandwagon, that's for sure.
There was a huge shift.
It very much, like, for me, like, I think it was because so many of those were like those films were so abundant. That's why like people like Chris and I kind of followed suit and did the same thing with our own comedy series as well. And funny enough, like before I had realized that way back when I had been watching Mini Life TV, I didn't realize that I actually use for Percy the same face that is used for Ian's character in Mini Life TV, and then the same hairpiece in a different color for Alex that Chris uses. And it's just kind of one of those bizarre coincidences that happened when I was like creating the characters.
See, I just grabbed a bunch of random pieces and I was like, well, this guy looks like his name is Bob. This guy looks like his name is Randy. And they're going to tie down a giant bionicle Matoran figure and proclaim that he is the Toho Pineapple. And that just kind of took off. If that string of words didn't make any sense, that's totally fine. I'm still not sure it makes any sense.
Yeah, I think in relation to a comedy series, it's really hard to make a series based on one character, because that one character really needs someone else to play off his jokes with.
Exactly.
And I think it's tough to do it by himself or herself. So I think that's why a lot of people do two people in a series.
Very much the reason why I did it. I remember like the inspiration for the My Unlucky Life series was just simply films like Mini Life TV, or series like Mini Life TV. And then there was always David Pagano's stuff. And David Pickett's stuff too, with Nightly News at 9. That was always a big inspiration for me as well. And that even had the duo cast going on. And it was like just when I was creating it, like I very much was emphasized a lot of the points from particularly Mini Life TV, where the characters are very fleshed out. Like they have backstories to them. They like the backstories that get revealed throughout time, like as videos go on. And it started out very like with very disconjointed episodes that kind of they linked to one another, but they were all very separate and individual by themselves. And eventually I'm going to get to the point where it does kind of start to run as an actual series like their films do now. So yeah, basically you can just call me out for plagiarizing Mini Life TV.
Plagiarism.
Arrest me, dang it.
Shame.
Put your hands up.
They're playing my song.
Steel, much very. Wow. I'm kidding.
The butterflies fly away.
But, I was kind of in the same boat.
I just thought of another film. It's not really as old. It's a 2014 video, which was followed up by another sequel, Lego Batman vs Superman by Brick Nerd.
I've not seen this one.
I'm gonna throw the link up in chat. It's so Tommy Williamson. It was kind of interesting. There's just one day where like one of his videos was being suggested to me. I found his stuff. I kind of kept watching more and more of it, and then I like throughout most of like the Brick Film live streams and stuff he does, and stuff that like isn't really like Brick Film related. I was able to find some of his Brick Films, and that's kind of like what got me engrossed in his stuff. But his animation style is absolutely phenomenal. The animation is so smooth. The dialogue, while it's not the funniest, it takes kind of a second to get used to it. It is really good on like second and third viewings, to be honest.
That's beautiful as well.
Yeah, the effects and the lighting are just done so well in his videos. Like he has his setup is very involved in how he makes his videos.
Yeah, this is very impressive.
Yeah, like I think Dawn of Just Desserts, that one, it's like the humor is very dry to the point where like I think a lot of people don't get it. Like I don't think I understood a lot of the humor until like a second or third viewing with like the ongoing joke that happens throughout the video. I'll try not to spoil it. But
yeah, you
yeah,
better
like
because I'm gonna watch this.
But like yeah, it's
you got Green Arrow in this thing. Sweet.
exactly. But it's like his stuff is done really well too. Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're just going on tangents about animators we like and videos that just are super nostalgic. I feel like we should change the name of the episode to just the Nostalgia Trip.
The Nostalgia Game.
The Inspiration Game and the Nostalgia Trip.
All right, I'll do that after this episode's finished.
I think another one of my favorites is definitely Rio's Solo Luna.
Oh,
yes.
If we want to get into romance films.
Because that's just off the radar, and it's like so good, and it's just something different that no one does, anything like that. And I think that really helps with it.
Yeah, it's hard to come by brick films that aren't either IP related, Ninjago related, or just like comedy films, to be honest, like comedic action films. And that's why, like, when a film like Solo Luna, which is its own thing, it kind of, it really, in a way, just it revolutionizes the genre in itself. Like, I actually have a film I'm working on that's a much more serious film that's going to be tackling some issues that I am very near and dear to. And I'm hoping to release an update video soon.
Stupidity.
Yeah. I have too much knowledge. That's the video. The video is called "Knowledge: The Gift." But I'm going to be making, as a bit of a plug, I'm going to be making an update video in the future within another week or two, around the time that I'm done with episode 5.
Yes, call him Austin.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking in depth a little bit more on details about that, but I'm making it's a very dramatic film. It's very non-formulaic with other brick films. And I think if it turns out with the vision I have for it, it's going to be something that in itself will do what Solo Luna did way back when. At least that's the hope. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Yeah.
May as well.
Yeah, it's very hard to come across films that are like they have a story to them that is like you have to kind of piece together by yourself, and it's got a narrative to it that's a lot deeper than plastic toys.
Well, the hard thing about Lego is that off the top of someone's head, Lego is seen as kind of something fun and light. And it's really difficult to get past that perception and make it something where you can take it seriously. Like, I think Rio nailed this with Solo Luna for sure, because you're looking at it, you aren't going, oh, that's adorable little Lego people, as most people would think. Please pardon my ignorance. But it manages to do a story where you forget for a second that this is made out of Lego, and you realize, holy crap, this is actually a really good film. It's pretty dramatic. It gets you in the feels, and it's just very well done.
Very deserving of awards, I think.
Absolutely. So when it did come out, it's iconic, very iconic. Which, for the record, I love how Silly Penta did Paris in Space. It's freaking hilarious. I watched it again today. I just had to. It was one of the funniest things ever.
Man, after today, I'm gonna have to go back and just binge
trip down memory lane.
Just go to every channel I'm sub to and just rewatch every film they've done.
Oh yeah. So Tommy Boy, what's some of your favorite films, bro?
Yeah, we kind of shut you out a little bit.
Well, I've gone through.
Get in the corner, you Brit.
Oh, we did not.
I'm joking.
I was going to say ripped away, but I'm gonna
get crapped on for that one. Oh no.
What have you done, Trevor?
Get damn ripped away.
Oh.
Dare I mention dog
I'm gonna
food?
cry now.
You should go cry. You should feel terrible.
Does anyone remember? Now this is a throwback. This is something I thought was going to pick up, but then didn't. Called TR-57, Planet TR-57. It was basically about a group of plane troopers who crash landed, and
wait a minute, I do know this.
Yeah. One of them's like force sensitive, and he's like moving crates around in the back, and
oh my god, this is 9 years ago. Holy crap!
Yeah, dude. Yeah, TR-57. That is that's one that stuck with me.
That's nuts.
Brotherhood Workshop. I actually really like some of his films.
Yeah. I can agree with you on that one. I know Austin would probably be strangling us about that right now.
He's not here, and that's the key thing. I put in chat earlier, actually, this is the guy I basically consider between Forest Fire's Arkham fan film and this film, I think are the best Batman films on YouTube. And it's called Lego Batman Under the Red Hood. It's half an hour long. It's by Linkin Pop 13, which he makes some pretty cool stuff. But this film is unbelievable. It's like a DC animated film, but just in Lego. The voices are like unbelievable. It's that's the ceiling as far as I'm concerned.
Only thing that I didn't like about it after like I know I've seen the video before, or at least parts of it. I think he made it in a succession of like a series, and then what you had linked to us was all that strung together.
Okay.
It's very like the mouth animation is very stagnant. Like it's not like many films where like they try and really emphasize on motion and like hand movements to get across dialogue. But that's the only quip that I have with it. The only criticism.
Other than that, chaps, I think I'm sort of I'm not running out of films because there are literally hundreds of films that I've just forgotten.
Same here.
Off the top of my head, that is the ones that I've got, I think.
I think I'm pretty much out. Besides, like, unless there's just something I can remember randomly.
Do we have a film we want to talk about this week?
I think we do.
Filming, we're finishing up the 8x8, and there's been an animation challenge on Brick-a-Brack. And the Bricks in Motion, I've heard some rumblings about summer contest and brawl prep.
Woo!
So it looks like we're just waiting.
Hashtag let's go brawl. In the corner.
Let's go brawl.
Punch out.
Let's go up in the game.
So the film this week, Matt usually does this segment, but I guess I will do it in his absence. It's Digital Wizard Studios, Jurassic Disney World in Lego, and
I haven't watched this.
You have to.
It is. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. It's a mashup basically between Jurassic Park and Disney theme as a whole. Obviously, it's Digital Wizard, so it's got that level of quality that you sort of expect. But
yeah, we reviewed one of their films a couple weeks ago. It was the Spider-Man one, I believe. So I cut you off there. Sorry about that, Tom.
Yeah, no worries. That it's 2 minutes long, 2.5 minutes long. It's really fun. He's got some famous names doing some voices. Very cleverly done as well, actually. He does take aspects of Jurassic Park and mix it into the Disney franchise very well. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this film.
This is just ridiculous beyond
wow.
I love the little splat effect when the dinosaur crushes one of them. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, with I think it was like stepping on Anna or something from Frozen. Yeah, that was bizarre, but I think it was pretty neat. It was an interesting thing.
Donald Duck into the toilet as well, and you get like a flash blur effect behind him, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. I think one of my favorite things about it is the fact that it's so hard to animate multiple figures at once and get like a cohesive cohesive movements out of all of them during certain segments, and they nailed it during
There's so
like
much
the beginning
going on
section of
here.
the video.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Bro, could you imagine trying to make that? Oh my goodness! Like props to.
I mean,
props to
they were able to figure it out somehow. I struggle with trying to just move two characters at once in a frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also the first person perspective view when like one of them is in the gyrosphere. That was pretty interesting too, because that's something that's really hard to pull off, especially with like an actual like with a DSLR.
I don't think they do it with DSLR.
I think they actually were.
I think it's with a webcam.
How do they have that webcam and still have it with that good quality? Like that's
you can get up to 1080. You just can't really do much with the footage in terms of zooming in or cropping or anything.
Yeah, like man, it's the visuals are really good.
It's a great film overall, I think.
Yeah, it's a great film.
It's a great little mashup too, because those are two things you don't expect to see together, and that's really cool just to see Jurassic Park and Disney World in the same thing. I love it. It was awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
I just finished watching it now, and goodness gracious, what did I watch?
Even the brick built fireworks and stuff like that. It's,
I guess at the very end it was Disney being torn apart, and I was really happy actually. That's on the record, guys. That's on the record.
I was kind of interested. I didn't see anything about Star Wars or Marvel thrown in there at all. I figured there was going to be at least one call out or something to it. But
Iron Man fighting a dinosaur.
That'd be cool. That'd be sick.
But I think besides that film, there really hasn't been much released in the past week. It's been pretty slow.
Yeah, because everyone's trying to wrap up school and stuff, so no one's been.
Yeah,
well, I think as well, it's right now point where like you've got the 8x8x8 contest just happened, so everyone focused on that, and now they're taking like a week or two off, and then also dare I say, it's May the 4th in just over a week.
Yeah. There's that, and then Infinity War is coming out this Friday because somehow time was able to go by that slowly for us to finally get to this point, which is crazy.
Heck yeah.
I feel so
what I'm
old.
wondering is, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is supposed to connect to Infinity War, but considering Infinity War and the episode air on the same day, how's that going to work?
Yeah, see,
that's weird.
We're off on a tangent.
Really off subject.
Infinity War on Wednesday, and but our Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is like 8, 9, 10 episodes behind, so I don't get that link up at all.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre.
Freaking pumped.
It's gonna be freaking awesome.
and then for all you Star Wars fans out there, mainly Tom and Matt and stuff.
Excuse me.
Hey.
And why am I saying I'm wearing a freaking Star Wars shirt?
Freaking nerd.
Guess what shirt I'm wearing?
Shut up, Chris. I swear. And like Solo comes out in just over a month now too. Like I'm excited for it.
A month.
Yeah.
Dude, no, wait.
I can be the group pessimist.
Chris, get up.
Yeah, that was me a couple months ago. So.
Bye, Chris.
Well, now that he's gone, we can leak all of his dirty secrets. He actually is forced to wear that Batman shirt.
Hang on, I forgot my tea.
I can link out the Bob and Randy episode 3 script right now.
Boy.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Well, joke's on you, Jared, because I'm dropping off a sneak preview today.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Whoa. What?
Sneak peek of episode 3. I'm going to drop it off today, along with footage of me climbing up the side of a rock and constantly falling off.
Yes.
I'm excited for that more, I think. I think I'm more excited for that than
It's going to be the funnest thing ever.
Yeah. I guess we should take this time right now, since Chris started talking about it, to talk about like where we're where we're going forward in the next couple months leading up to the summertime.
May as well.
So I guess Jared, I'll throw the ball over to you.
Whoa. All right. I don't know how to catch it, but I don't, dude. Honestly,
You let it bounce.
I've been really stressed with school right now, and I haven't been doing anything brickfilm related except doing this podcast. So
Welcome to my world.
Doing that other thing.
Oh, do you want me to do that now? You want me to announce it now?
No. Let's keep it.
We'll keep it secret.
Oh no! Yes, you guys should announce it. You really should.
No,
Our audience is like, "What are you talking about? Tell me!"
It's not mature.
I know partially what they're talking about.
No, you don't. You don't know anything.
They've even kept it under wraps for me. They're freaking jerks.
You don't know anything, dude.
You don't know nothing.
I don't know squat.
You know neither diddly nor squat.
I'm passing the ball to you, Tom.
So I've obviously got that thing, got this podcast going on. I don't want to say any dates because I've learned my lesson. I actually don't want to say anything, but rest assured, my friends, there's a lot planned. There is a lot coming. Come October time, we'll look back on this long summer and go, wow.
What a summer.
Wow, that guy somehow turned out some actual content.
Yeah.
Dude,
how do you get 12 videos out and it's not even the end of the year?
12 videos.
I'll be like,
dude,
it was already planned. Actually, it's going to be over 12. It's going to be at least 13.
At least 13.
I'm sticking to you on that. You better stick to that,
12
bro.
fails, and one of them's going to be Dead Space, right?
Yeah. One's the 8x8x8, obviously.
That doesn't count. What are you talking about?
8x8x8 counts. When it's shipping a bottle on its desk, though, it's really going to count.
Which, have we had any updates about when they're going to be finished with judging for that? I think they said that they would be done within
by the end of the week.
Yeah, they're hoping by the end of the month there's going to be some sort of stream announcement or something where they announce the winners. They already picked their juries, so they just got to go through and.
Yeah, I heard that.
My money's on Tom though, for real.
I can't wait to lose. I'm so excited.
Jared, you were so hyped, man.
Jared, that was one of the saddest things I've heard you say.
Yeah, you were like, yes.
Jared, don't put yourself down, bro. This is literally me with Ripped Away. It doesn't work. Just
listen.
Give me the hug. I can give you a hug.
Like Ripped Away. Ripped Away is a great film.
Ripped Away is fantastic.
It's not.
It is. Shut up.
I could make it so much better if I had only known.
That's what I say about the
Then
but that's not happening.
Let's make a sequel, dude.
I can't make a sequel.
Ripped Away 2, yeah. I'm backing it.
Hey, I'll do it.
Yeah, make a sequel.
If you pay me, maybe I'll consider.
Hey, I'll do it.
A singular dollar.
Yeah, that's what we should do. We should
on my new Patreon.
Pass the series around. So, Jared, you make Ripped Away 2. I'll make Ripped Away.
If you just give me the idea, I'll write it. I'll do it.
Expanded.
I've been bought out by Jared and Tom.
Well, you could have been bought out by Disney. Let's be real.
That's true.
Yep.
Oh no.
That could be worse. I'll work on Ripped Away with a Vengeance. That'll be fun.
Ripped Away with a
Yes.
Or Live Free or Rip Away. I don't know. No, it doesn't really work.
Rip Free. There's gonna be music to go along with it now too.
There we are. Now we're talking.
Gotta get those chart-topping songs to go along with it.
Absolutely. Can we find like a really annoying yet sadly catchy pop artist to just do music for our brick films?
Dog 5.
We need to get views like, oh my gosh, I love this song.
5, yes.
And what are the animation? I love this song. I'm not angry or anything.
Ripped Away 6, The Rippening.
No, wait. Rip Away 7, The Rip Awakens.
Oh gosh. Rip Away 8, The Last Rip.
The Last Rip.
Rip Away 9, just kidding.
The Last Rip. Okay, the only reason I called it Ripped Away was because for all these with a lot of these films that aren't My Unluckiest Life, I like to come up with very interesting titles for them. Like I have a film that's I've been planning for a while now that I think I'm going to work on next summer. It has a really weird title. I'm not gonna drop the title or anything, but it's like it's literally the way that I look at making my titles for those films is it's just I come up with a really catchy title, I go into thesaurus.com, I plug in those words, and then I use really complicated words. I use adjectives for the titles.
Every time Ripped Away gets mentioned, I just think of that one scene in the Lego Batman movie when Robin's like trying on the suits, and he just goes, "Oh, these pants are a bit tight." Ripped
away.
That was actually where I got the idea.
Trevor, let's get grooving.
Yep, that's where I got the idea for Ripped Away. I watched a teenager. I'm not even gonna go there.
So I thought it was because you ripped off your pants and threw them at Batman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Chris, do you have any updates? I know you kind of started talking about updates, but you didn't really.
Yep. So Matt, lazy Matt. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna be too angry with him because he's been busy. But I was telling myself, Chris, you're gonna film Bob and Ray episode 3, and this is gonna be freaking awesome. And then guess what? I realized that Matt has to send in his lines. So I found out about that this week.
I'll get a hold of him on Twitter or on Snapchat. I can get a hold of him. So
get a picture of the screen, just me going or something. I don't know. Actually, well, I can't do episode 3 until I get all the lines in. I can't do 4 because the script isn't quite finished yet. But what I can do is work on 5 because this is just gonna be another one shot. I don't have to do, a bunch of films in a row because the two-parter for the Free Baker Conspiracy, that's fine. I can wrap that up. So I tried to imagine some sort of mashup for episode 5, and I got this. You guys ready? Ready? Pizza and time travel. It's gonna be great.
Yes.
He was telling us about this earlier, and your boy is gonna be the most accurate Italian person ever.
You said that wrong. It's gonna be great. See, your boy. That's how you say it.
Your boy.
Your boy.
Your boy. It's your boy, Trevor.
It's your boy, Trevor.
Yep. No, Trevor's gonna help me out here, and it's gonna be lots of fun. Because imagine this, guys. What if when you ordered a pizza, it came to you before you ordered it?
Oh, great.
I would.
Now, granted, at least the paradox of, well, if I get my pizza, I'm not going to order it, so I don't have to pay for it. But then you don't get your pizza, and then the universe crumbles. But you know what? It's going to be just fine. I think it's going to be a fun episode.
Marty.
And then I think this summer, because I'm going to be staying here and chilling and whatever, I want to work on some kind of big project. I've had one in the back of my mind I would really love to do, but I got to get like a whole bunch of tan bricks for it, like an obscenely unhealthy amount of tan bricks. So we'll see what happens.
Just take your.
Are you done with your updates, Chris? Because that kind of plays into what I was going to say next.
I think that's pretty much it. Fire away.
Okay. Speaking of big projects. Speaking of big projects, I'm making Bob and Randy the crossover. No, not yet. It'll come eventually.
We're working on it, man.
The Bob and Randy Mind Lucky Life crossover is coming eventually. You don't have to fret out there, everybody. It's coming eventually. Just not soon. Just don't. I got so triggered there. I did not mean for that. I am sorry. I'm tired. That's my excuse. Anyway, updates for me. I'm going to actually hopefully be making an update video and getting it done by the next podcast, I hope. If I don't end up getting a bunch of homework that just unnecessarily pops up out of nowhere. I've been working on episode 5 production is done. I finished the whole video like before 8x8x8, which was, I guess, was that 2 weeks ago now?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I had to do the intro still. I did that Friday night. It was pretty quick and easy. It only took me like an hour and a half to do. So all the filming is done. I am just completely in post-production mode, trying to figure out how to use Premiere and After Effects. Because I'm a complete noob at using computers, like I said earlier.
Noob. That's fine.
Try turning them on and off again. That sometimes helps.
But from there, I'm going to be working on that film that I will be releasing more details about in said update video. And from there, the summer is going to be kind of all over the place for me because I will be on a trip in June, and then I will be at a camp for 2 weeks in July. So, and I will not be home. I'm not even going to be in the same state.
You're always going to band camp.
Your boy going to band camp. But yeah, I'll be away from that. But I'm hoping to at least do something. If Brawl doesn't land on one of those weeks, I'm hoping to at least participate in Brawl. And I hopefully will have something done in August too. I think I might do another non-My Unlucky Life film. But then after that, by the fall, I'll definitely be working on more shenanigans with Alex and Percy.
Shenanigans.
All right, well.
Yeah.
Oranges are oranges.
Time is up.
Bananas are yellow. It's time to end this episode. It's been the Frame100 podcast, season 3, episode 10.
That made all the sense in the world right there.
Joined
so much.
by Chris, T-Rev, and Jared.
Yo.
I'm Tom. It's been fun. We've had some laughs. We've talked about inspiration this week, and we'll be back next time, same place, and we'll see you guys then. Thanks for listening.
Peace out.
Adios.
Bye, y'all.